Peace be unto you, brothers and sisters. I say assalamu alaikum to all of those that are out there, both Muslim and Christian. We have entered a very, very difficult time, And it's been some time since I've been on here. My path is different now. My path is different because at this moment, this time, I am on a path of rebuilding our community. And I want to say that this is very tragic thing that has happened in Georgia. Very, very, very tragic. Very tragic. And so no one with any real wisdom would applaud the killing of any life at all. And especially when it comes to a school shooting. But I want to also take the time to let you understand how different this school shooting or killing is. Because normally, something like this would happen from a white student, normally. But now today we see that the trouble has gotten so bad, the weed has grown up so high with the harvest until the reaper can hardly know what needs to be reaped and what needs to stay. And not only that, but the weed of the harvest, of God's harvest, has grown up around the harvest and the roots, at the root of the harvest and the stalk of the harvest. So brothers and sisters, as you can see, we're in a real dilemma. It hasn't changed. We've always been in a dilemma, and I'm sure you would agree. But today, we're in a deep dilemma because our children, the ones within the communities that we have abandoned, now are acting out because we have abandoned those communities. I'm talking to blacks, whites, and whoever else there be that are listening. I'm talking to you. So we have a job to do. We have a great, great job to do. It's not marching down the streets. It's not our job. It's not marching down the street. Our job is to stand in the gap for our children and to rebuild the black community. Rebuild and find positive things to relay that, to rebuild the black community. I'm not for guns, except in the form of self-defense. The Constitution gives us that right, the Constitution of the United States. And when you're defending yourself. But when you go out killing people, and there's no excuse. And I'm talking to the black community in particular, because we should be at the point now where we're within our community, cleaning our community up. We should be at that point now. Marching down the streets is not going to help us. Having church meetings is not going to help us. Mosque meetings, things of that nature. We need to do those things. We certainly need to do those things. The more that we congregate, the more we can share ideas. And the more we share ideas, the more we can rehabilitate and rehabilitate and also reconstructionize, if I can use that term, our community. Now, it's important that you know the incidents of this, and this young boy should be tried as an adult. In my opinion, he should be tried as an adult. When you kill someone, and at that age, can be within the population, because he's subject to kill anybody, even his own family and himself. This 14-year-old boy allegedly opened fire at a Georgia high school on Wednesday, killing 2 students, 2 teachers, while injuring 9 other people. The incident marks the first mass shooting at a school in the United States since the beginning of the academic year, and also first mass shooting that involved a black child. We need to say that. But the 23rd such incident in 2004. Now, This was the Appalachian High School, while Layla Sarat, 16, a student at the school, told CNN, we got to pay attention to what's going on here. She told CNN that she was sitting next to the suspected attacker before the shooting took place. The suspected shooter left an algebra class at about 9, the media said 9:45. About 9:45. And later, as the class was near the end, he returned. A girl attempted to open the door, but saw the gun and didn't open it. She reported that the shooter then went to the classroom next door and began shooting. Voila. Officers first received a report of the shooting at the school about 10:20 or about 10:20 local time. And after the shooting took place, all the schools in the district were placed in lockdown, and police were sent out to all the district high schools. A report by CNN said earlier in the morning, the Appalachian High School received a phone threat warning of shooting at 5 schools. Listen to this, brothers and sisters. They received a warning first. With Appalachia being identified as the first target. Now, we have to investigate. We have to investigate. We don't excuse the act, but what led to the act. Now, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation weighed on this and said there's no evidence of a list of schools being targeted. However, there's a lot of evidence that is being recovered and evaluated, and investigators are diligently reviewing to determine if there's any active threats. This is a very shocking occasion, brothers and sisters. This is shocking. But it tells you how much work we have to do in the home. When the black home was being destroyed, this was the archetype for what would happen today. And so it was, and I hate using this, but you know where I'm going with it, a case of monkey say, monkey do. Monkey do as I do. Right? You understand where I'm coming from. So there was a call placed at the local high school this morning and reported a threat. Police responded, investigated, and determined there was no threat. Now, I don't like the way that it's being organized, that there were other people involved. Now, I know reporters, and I know they can lie because they've lied on me. Tried to get me caught up in something. 2016, I had nothing to do with it. I'm not even going to call the incident, but they tried to do it. Had nothing at all to do with it, but that's what they did. And all praise be to Allah. It didn't work, the plot, the scheme, because they have to have a scapegoat. And I don't agree with any killing of innocent people. I don't agree with it. If you're not defending your life, I don't agree with the killing. I don't agree with it. Georgia ranks 46 out of 50 states in the U.S. in terms of strength of its gun laws, because that's obviously what's going on. And according to Everytown for Gun Safety, a nonprofit that advocates for gun control, the group described Georgia's policies as some of the weakest policies in the U.S. Now, why are the policies so low to help these kids get these guns? The blueprint. the blueprint for self-destruction and the seeds that have been planted under the system of oppression have matured seeds in the soil of racism that have been watered with discrimination, watered with violence, watered with rape, watered with murder, watered with oppressive suicide, brought on by rape, and brought on by the need to control, right? You destroy the black community, you can continue to control it. That's the whole thing, isn't it? The blueprint for black destruction has become the black print for self-destruction. 4 killed in Georgia high school shooting. Now I wanna bring this to your remembrance. Now these are 4 students. Do you remember when the church was bombed in Alabama? Cease of violence, 4 children. Life was taken then. They were teenage children. Do you find this strange or ironic that 4 kids in Georgia high school is killed? 2 students, 2 teachers have been killed in Georgia in the southern part of the United States, not the north. After agreed to open fire on the grounds of Appalachia High School in the city of Winder, at least 9 people were injured. Laws were relaxed in Georgia. Why? So that we could get black people to kill each other, the children to kill each other, adults to kill each other. And God has gotten tired and is beginning to answer, right, on his will and his word, because what you plant, you shall reap. And in America, we're now reaping this because we still don't know how to come together. Here it is, 2024. We still don't know how to come together. Not genuinely come together and respect one another. We don't know how to do it. Not here in America. We want to muscle you and change you. And this oppression has shaped this society, which creates a double oppression in the black community. And within that sphere, take the father out. Take the church out. Let children make decisions about having their own operations to alter them if they want, non-genetically. Put us in a place, to put us in a quagmire. Brothers and sisters, we got to get serious. We got to get ready to go into our communities, build up the families. A family that prays together stays together. Give them the training. Give them the training so they'll have some directions. They go independent homeschool education would be good. Less incidents of these happening once we get the father back to help us do that. That's all I have for you today. I don't have much more. We got to get busy. We got to get busy. When we see these things happening from our children, it's time to run out. Those of you that don't know, I'm telling you now, we've got to go to our communities, build up the home, build up the families. Father and mother need to be in that house. Father and mother need to be in the house. Sometimes 2 mothers. For all of those that are practicing polygamy and practicing it the right way. I'm not talking about being sexual. I'm talking the business aspect of providing a home, providing education, providing vocation, and controlling the money source within your community, within your household, so it will give you a sense of commonwealth and buying power to control land, to control business and things of that nature. Same thing with a single family home. Nothing's changed. It's the same thing. And brothers and sisters, we've got to work together and be more transparent with one another. Stop trying to hurt one another and see who can cause one another to break. What is the fun in that? Our children suffer. When the father's not in the home, the mother's not in the home, our children suffer. When they see us not getting along, our children suffer. Doesn't take much to say you're sorry. And for the other person to accept it. That's easy. And something as simple as that will fix the home. Now, our children also have to be protected from violent parents who encourage children to exhibit this behavior. Because the parent is violent, they're carrying a gun, the child's going to carry a gun. Yeah, you may need the gun for protection, but don't rest on it. It is not the answer. It may be the last resort that you have to use if your life is in danger. And I know you say, I'm in America, my life is in danger. And that's true. That's true. But we need responsible home ownership, responsible gun ownership, responsible land ownership. These things we got to have. Simply put, brothers and sisters, got to go in our community and be the change that we seek. I'm not going to be before you long. I want to thank you for your time. Hopefully by 7, I'll come back to you and we'll talk a little more about this. Feel free to drop comments in the section and whatever else. We need all hands on deck. All hands on deck. Thank you, brothers and sisters. I say unto you, peace be unto you. If I didn't say it in the beginning, I say unto you now, assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you.